back to season 2 of Community Storytelling. And hopefully you know me by now, Lisa Chrysler. I am having the time of my life doing this show. Linda Lester, we love you. Lester Square is our proud sponsor. And Jayco's Art House, these canvases. Jayco's Art House in Los Gatos. Got to stop by. And I got to meet you, introduce you, that is, to my new friend. I just met her, but I already feel like she's my buddy. Esmee St. James, and I don't know where to begin with you because there's so much. And I do want to start at the beginning. We're going to go back on the yellow brick road.
Okay, that sounds like fun.
We're going to start at the beginning because
I got the wrong shoes on for that.
you were it's okay. It's okay. I don't have my flip-flops on, but we'll make it.
Us.
But you started as a model photographer, and I think you were one for a long time.
Yes, I did 25 years of modeling, and during that time I got kind of like, yeah, I want to learn something else. And I thought, why don't I become a photographer? So I did.
But that's like going back 25 years.
Yeah.
Although you only look like you're maybe 28.
I love you.
Thank you. But you too.
Thank
you.
But
now you are a dating muse. And I love it. Why would you ever think to become a dating muse? And maybe we should define a dating muse.
Well, I help singles get ready to find love. So I help them, prepare and be ready to give and receive it. And when I moved here, I was in Toronto and in upstate New York for a long time, and I'm from Europe originally. So I have lived in many different cultures. And when I moved here, I noticed there was a need, especially with the men, because the divorce rate is high. Let's face it. Exactly. And so imagine you've been in a relationship for 20 years or whatever with your man or woman, but you want to get back in the dating scene, and where do you start? Because everything has changed. I mean, now there's online dating, and you're meeting people who already have been in a relationship and are out of it, and it's not like you go to the college pub and pick somebody up and then marry them. You've got to be much more strategic about it.
So I got to ask you, did you think of this because you were trying to date and you said, who are these people?
I actually wasn't in a relationship at the time, but I did notice, and it kind of started when I was modeling.
Yes.
And I met lots of different people. I met some very handsome men, and then some men that, were just average looking. And I found that the guys that were really, really good looking, women would kind of throw themselves at these guys. And so unfortunately for them, they didn't really learn how to court, they just looked good and they could dress well, but they didn't know how to go about it. And
then I almost think it's the women you need to be working with. Didn't you just say they were throwing them at these men?
Well, that's another point I'm going to make, is that I now also work with women, but I started with the guys because it was so blatantly obvious to me.
They need more help.
Yes, they do. Women, we can figure it out. We're more ready to get help, whereas men, not so much. And so the guys that were kind of more nerdy when I was, back in those days, those are the ones I had the most fun with. Like, they were the good guys to me.
And they still are.
They would call you the next day. Yes. They still are. And they would be really sweet to you and everything, but they were getting friended. Meaning that, they would date women, the women would go, you're nice, but let's just be friends. And it's like, but this is the guy,
You're sort of talking about me now.
Yeah.
Let's just be friends. In high school, everybody wanted to be my best buddy. Never got to go to a prom because of that. So here you are, you're working with these men. Do you have to start from the beginning, like what they're wearing? Or is it all personality?
It's a bit of both. So there are many people, not just men, but women too, who don't know how to put themselves together to look their best. Like, after a certain age, some people just give up and they let themselves get frumpy. They let their figure go. They don't wear, nice clothes. They go, oh, well, I'm supposed to look this way because I'm 45 or 50 or 55.
I was going to say, what age would that be when we start doing this?
Some people start when they're 12. I don't know. But some people just do. And they kind of let go of their appearance, and they need to pick it up if they want to attract somebody. It's like polishing yourself up.
So who are these men, and how did they find you?
Well, they find me online.
But you had to start someplace.
I did,
How did you start to do that first guy?
I started practicing on my friends here.
Okay.
Yeah, I just found a couple of guys that I thought had hearts of gold, that weren't having any luck with women. They'd been in relationships, maybe they were single dads, whatever. And I worked with them just to boost their self-confidence, not just with wardrobe, but just boost them up and say, hey, when you say this to a woman, she's going to think that. And so here's how you can make it more effective, what you're saying. Here's how you avoid getting stuck in the friend zone. and it worked.
Do you find that more men who are like this are in high tech?
A lot of them
Yeah,
are.
what is that about?
Well, in high tech, for a person to be in high tech, you have to be ultra focused. And so it's a certain kind of personality, and sometimes, not all times, but sometimes there can be borderline autism spectrum.
Right.
And when you're that kind of a person, like an engineer, tech engineer, whatever, you're very focused on what you do. And the culture in those companies is you wear jeans, flip-flops, and a t-shirt, and it's like, don't wear that on a date, you know. But so they're ready to learn how to look better. They just need instructions, so you have to be very specific.
How long does it take you to work this out with these men?
The wardrobe, not long. If they're willing to learn, you know, I just go over it with them, like it's just what would look good on you. You need to pay attention to the fit, to the quality, etc. Take them shopping, and you know, I keep them in touch with the store, and they just, you know, keep on with it.
So you take them out shopping?
Oh, heck yeah. It's great. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, but that's just a part of it. The rest is more like how, you know, the behavior and what women are thinking. And
so do you do practice dates with them?
I have ladies that I send out on practice dates with them. Yeah, I don't go out with them myself because I'd just be laughing too hard. You know, we'd be having too much fun.
That
We'd
would
not
be
be
me
paying
too.
attention. Yeah. So yeah.
So you send out on practice dates.
Yeah.
And what kind of a place would be a practice date? Would it be a Starbucks or would it be a restaurant? What do you recommend?
Somewhere nice, like not too casual. I kind of put a little pressure on them. It's like, take her to a nice place, even if you just go for a glass of wine or something, or if you want to go to a coffee shop, don't make it Starbucks. Make it a nice little French cafe that has nice pastries or something special.
I'm thinking Los Gatos Roasting Company.
That would be a great place.
I've already picked out the place
yes,
here.
That is a perfect place because it's, excuse me, I'm spitting on you. It's local and it's unique, and there's only one, and they have great little pastries. So that is a perfect place for a local guy to take a gal.
And okay, give me an example of a restaurant.
A restaurant, oh my
not
goodness.
And it doesn't have to be in Los Gatos, but what would be a good first date restaurant?
Gosh, I'd love to say Manresa, but no, not for a first date.
A little pricey.
You know, you could take her for a glass of wine at Diodeca or something.
Okay.
I don't recommend on a first practice date to go for a whole meal. It's a big investment, and it's not just in money, but in time. But just go have an appetizer or something like that. So a place like Diodeca is nice, somewhere where you can sit and observe each other without too much noise around.
Is it hard or easy, though, to train these people? Maybe train isn't the best word, but
well, it is training when you think about it.
You're teaching them how to be good human beings. I mean, personable human beings.
I mean, they already are inside. They just don't know.
They don't know. Yes.
If you tell them the facts, okay, this is what she's thinking and this is why she's thinking it, and so when you do that, you're triggering this response in her. So if you change what you say or what you do, or little things matter, all the details matter, you're going to elicit a different response from her. You're going to get a response that's going to lead you more close to actually having another date with her.
So have you ever watched Millionaire Matchmaker on Bravo? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do, and I a long time ago, yeah.
So what I'm wondering is, do you make an appointment with them after their date to find out how it went, and do you call him and call her, or you're
yes,
totally not involved with the date?
If it's a practice date, gal, yes, there's a total debriefing.
Okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You do it in person or on the phone?
No, I just send out a little questionnaire, so it's less, you know. And then if I see after that, then I'll meet with the gentleman again, or we can do an online meeting, and we go over the things, and I just tell them straightforward in a gentle way. But you've got to just say the facts to the guys. Don't beat around the bush.
Now, most of your clients now, you don't know. You meet them through your company. I mean, so do any of them, you think, hey, I want to be dating this person?
Sometimes, but I just keep it business.
You keep it business.
Yeah, yeah.
So now, how do you know, let's see, how do I say this? What if you have some creepy, deviant guy who's trying to learn how to get with certain women for bad reasons? I mean, how do you weed those people out?
I can smell them a mile away.
Can you really?
Of course, so can you. What woman can't?
So you tell them, I'm not interested in your business, or?
This isn't a good fit, you know? And most guys are just who come to me for help, they're very genuine, they're very honest. I don't teach pickup lines. If that's what they want, there's plenty available online, and they go there. And then there are some guys who are more, you know, introverted, shall we say, engineer kind of guys. And they will study pickup lines, and they'll go and try it, and they won't feel genuine. And so they come to me after and go, yes, but I didn't feel real. And I didn't get the right women, because pickup lines are generally kind of derogatory to a woman. They kind of put her a little bit down. And so then that's to weaken us, so that we then, oh, will you like me, please? That's the wrong kind of woman. You don't want to go on a date with someone who lets a guy put her down. Forget it.
But do you work with women too? Because
I do, yeah.
you and I are perfect, but I know there are many others out there.
Oh, I know you are.
Who are not. I mean, we need help too.
Yes. So I just, one of the reasons I wrote this book is because so many.
Talk about the book. Okay, hold up the book. You got a book out now.
What Men Don't Know That Women Wish They Did, and it's called Chick Magnet. And it's coming out on paperback this week. The Kindle version is out already. It's a #1 Amazon bestseller. Yes. I'm very excited about it. So I had so many female friends say, Esmee, I don't understand. What are these guys thinking? Why don't they just get it? And I go, okay, I'm going to write a book. So I did. And I wrote it for men, but between you and me and everybody else out there, I wrote it for the women, because it helps the guys be better at dating, so that the women will then, get better results with the guys, because they'll approach them in a better way. It answers a lot of questions for women as well about men, because we might get annoyed or confused, or why was he thinking kind of things. And this explains what he's thinking. Right?
So what is it that what men don't get about women? Like 3 things.
Okay, the main thing is that, and this is probably true for us too, but guys, when they're approaching a woman that they're attracted to, they get nervous. And I do too, if I'm talking to somebody who's like, I'm all gaga about it, my palms get sweaty. But guys, when they come into a woman, it's called approach anxiety. And they get so wrapped up in their own fear about, oh, what will I say? What if she turns me down? Oh my gosh, that they forget to realize that the woman is not just also nervous, but she's also worried for her safety. Because we need to worry about that.
I was just asking you about these deviant men.
Yes, because they're out there, and there's deviant women out there too, of course. But it just is that we need to fear for our safety. And so when we meet a guy comes up to us and starts talking, we are checking him out. And I don't mean like looking him up and down. We use our peripheral vision, and we notice the whole picture. How does he walk? Is he confident? Is he dressed nicely? Are the details taken care of? Because if a guy isn't taking care of the details, say he's ungroomed or whatever, that's a warning flag for us. Like, well, if he's not taking care of these things, what else is he not taking care of?
Maybe he doesn't floss.
Yeah. Horrors. No.
He doesn't brush his teeth. I don't know. Okay, that's number 1.
Yeah, but I just mean also behavioral-wise,
No,
right?
I understand.
Yeah.
Just having some fun.
Yeah.
That's what I do sometimes when I get nervous. I start laughing.
Yeah. Yes, I do too.
Yeah. And number 2, what would be another thing?
That guys
guys need to know.
Here's a huge thing that a lot of women tell me is guys that don't listen well. So. Yes. Yeah, like we might be talking and they're not actively listening, and there's techniques that I explain in the book on how to actively listen, because it's important to us that we're heard, because then we feel received and we feel safe and appreciated. So if a guy is going on about himself and he's not listening to what we're saying, we don't feel like they're really present with us, and we need that showing of that love from them.
And number 3?
Number 3, gosh. There are so many things.
Your book is how many pages?
Yeah. Okay, here's another thing that a lot of men, and this is how they get friended often, is they're afraid to touch. And I don't mean grab. I mean just like a little touch on the arm like that. Or they're afraid to get close. They're even afraid to shake hands. And when they do, it's like no.
That's the first thing I notice.
A good handshake.
About anybody is
it's
their handshake.
It's got to be like web to web.
Yes.
Give me a good firm, don't break my hand, but let me know that you're present and that you have some strength.
How did you become such an expert?
I just pay attention, and it's always been a real passion of mine, how the sexes relate to each other in terms of dating, et cetera. It's something that's often neglected, and we assume things that aren't so.
Have you ever been married?
Yes. Yeah.
Are you married now?
No.
Do you want to be married again?
Eventually I will, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
I would think this. So how does somebody, if they want to find you, find you?
Online, thedatingmuse.com. On my website, I have Yelp reviews and stuff. Most of the gentlemen that find me online. This is for the guys. Women will reach out to me through, through friends. Women, we refer each other. Guys, don't so much. And I'm doing a lot of things on social media to promote myself and my book and what I do.
And you don't have to answer this, but like, do you charge by the hour or by the project?
It's usually, I don't really work by the hour.
So
I have a project, it's
right,
a package.
by the project.
Yeah, and I'm actually, what I'm wanting to do, and I'm going to start it this month, is my plan, is to start a women's monthly mentoring group where it's online, but and I'll lead it, of course, but then we women talk amongst each other and we help each other, and it brings up more and more things that we can work on.
Do I need to come to you?
Would you like to? You're
well,
welcome
I'm
to.
taken. I mean,
oh, you're taken.
I was a widow.
Yeah.
I was a
Yeah.
widow for 11. Well, I'm a widow for 11 years now.
Uh-huh.
But after about, my husband was gone for I think 5 years, and my daughter said, we're really tired of being with you all the time. And they put me on Match, and it worked out wonderfully. So,
that's the real show of love from then.
I'm taken.
You see, and I love it that you say you met someone on Match, because some
Yes.
people get really disheartened with that.
Oh, it was awful.
Yeah.
I can't say the whole experience was awful, because I obviously met Jeff
You
that
met
way.
somebody, yeah.
But men can be cruel, and I hope you work on that with them.
I do,
You
yeah,
know, they
yeah.
just, and especially if it's an anonymous type thing, like emailing somebody. And I guess women can be cruel too,
Yes.
but I just noticed that men can be nasty.
Excuse me, it's the same thing. Have you ever driven down the street and accidentally cut somebody off, and somebody behind you's like, nee, nee, and they start like, whatever, gesticulating at you,
Yes.
and you're like, sorry, people do things when they have an anonymity, when there's a wall between you,
Right,
somehow they do things that
right.
they would never do in person.
Exactly.
And so you kind of have to take that into account when you date online, is that people are hide behind their computer, and they just have no screen as to politeness and respect for other human beings.
That's
So you
true.
have to understand that might happen,
Yes,
and it's sad. I mean, it's like,
yes, that's the way of the world now.
yeah,
sadly.
well, because manners should be no matter where you are, whether it's in person or on the phone with a stranger. You say please and thank you, and you try not to insult them.
I could talk to you forever, but I know I can't. But we will get together later.
I would love that.
Dating Muse, Emma St. James.
Esmee.
Esmee.
Yes.
What Emma St. James? But I
don't
like
know.
the name
Emma
Emma.
St. James sounds nice.
Esmee St. James, you can find her at datingmuse.com. She's got the new book, Chick Magnet. She knows what she's talking about. Do your parents like this kind of job you're in?
Well, they're gone now, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
But it's one of the reasons I wrote this book too, because they had a tumultuous relationship. There was a lot of arguing and miscommunication and misunderstanding.
So you learned along the way.
I learned a lot from them, and I thank them for those lessons. It was like I made it my mission to kind of help my dad understand my mom better, and vice versa. And it's like, I wished he was here to read this, and my mom too. But hey,
Yay.
I'm sure they know.
They know.
I'm sure they know.
They know.
Yeah.
They're looking down and they're smiling, saying, "Way to go, girl. Way to go." Esmee St. James, delightful. You'll see her around town, and boy, I think we can all go out and get new dates now, but I don't need one. But you might. Community storytelling. I always like to say everybody has a story. What is yours? And you know what? You go online to kcat.org, nominate somebody like Esmee, nominate yourself, nominate a best friend. Let's get to know you right here at KCAT TV 15. Thanks for being with us.